YouTube family. How are you guys doing? Man, it's been a while. Hope you're all doing well. Things have been super busy here in PI, man. Just nuts. With the end of the work year and getting all my report cards done for my students and coaching. I was a flag football coach. Hey, we won the gold medal, by the way. Yes, sir. Anyway, yeah, a great bunch of kids, but it's just been really time consuming. And with gigging on the weekends and my girls into sports and starting summer jobs, and it's just been really busy. So yeah, I haven't been able to post a video for a while, but today we're doing something a little different. So welcome to another episode of you and me checking out and setting up gear in my basement. So today I have a friend's 2022 Fender American Pro 2 Stratocaster with a roasted pine body. And here it is. Yes, it's plugged in, ready to rock. I just took it out of the case. I didn't tune it or anything. Just looking at it quickly, it looks pretty good. Like the action's good. I don't know about the intonation and stuff. It looks kind of wonky on the stagger of these saddles, but he's not happy with the setup. And he asked if I would kind of do some work to it. A cool story about the Strat. We got all the certification here, and a couple of extra little autographs there. And I'll tell you about those in a minute. And of course we have, the Fender purchase ticket and all this stuff. All the case candy. But for one, these guitars can be bought with the roasted pine bodies, just like, in the store. But they are $2,700 before taxes. So you're well into the $3,000 for one of these here in Prince Edward Island, Canada, where I live. Now for this particular one, my friend, whose name he said I could use in this video, his name's Peter, he paid way more money than that for this one because he took an available option at the time of having the body wood made with wood from Fender's vault from the 1950s. So this is 1950s pine that was taken out of the vault, roasted, and this guitar was built in 2022. If you look at the grain work on this guitar, this one is a 3-piece roasted pine. There's one piece there, one piece in the middle, and one piece over here. Beautifully done. The grain is perfectly matched. You can't even tell it's 3 pieces. Whereas if you look at some of the ones in the store, like check out this picture, you'll notice how the grain is very swirly in this one. And it's not like that on this. This linear grain pattern is not common in these roasted pine bodies, apparently. So yeah, quite an expensive guitar, to say the least. And if that's not cool enough, my friend Peter is good friends with some of the members of Haywire. Haywire. Those guys were a super popular rock band right here in PI in the 1980s. They were composed of Paul McCausland, who was the lead singer, David Rashid, who was a vocalist and the keyboard player, Ronnie Switzer, who was the bass player and another vocalist, Scott Roberts on drums, and Marvin Birt on lead guitar and vocals. So Peter's good friends with David Rashid and Marvin Birt. Marvin Birt and David Rashid both have signed this certificate of authenticity. And they also signed it Haywire up there. And Marvin Birt, who is an incredible guitar player. Man, this guy can shred. He has played this guitar for like 3 months straight. When Peter first bought it, he had lent it to Marvin, and he may have done some recording with this. He played it at live gigs. If I can upload a video, I'll try and link it because I got permission to do so because these videos are public anyway. So yeah, pretty cool backstory on this guitar, man. So it's pretty much a traditional Strat, but with a push-push on the second tone control. So when activated in position 1 and 2, it just turns on this neck pickup. So in position 1, where normally you just have the bridge, now you have bridge and neck. And in position 2, where you normally just have bridge and middle, you have bridge, neck, and middle. So it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, activate, 6, and 7. So you have 7 tones. Let's check out some sounds. I'm just running through that Headrush FR monitor, and I'm using my Quilter direct amp that I featured on my channel. That's it, and a couple of drive pedals. Here's the bridge pickup on clean. Very punchy. Strings sound a little flubby to me in the room. They're old, and you can tell there's a few hours of grit on these. If I engage the push-push, I will activate the neck pickup. Then we have that Telecaster middle position with the bridge and the neck. Sounds like this. Oh yeah. And then if I disactivate the push-push, go to the second position, we have traditional Strat, quackiness. Sounds like this. Now if I activate the push-push, now we have all 3 pickups together, and it sounds like this. A lot warmer with the neck in play. The middle position, we have these tones. Keep going, we have position 4. And final position, neck pickup by itself, and we have this. curious to see what this thing sounds like with some drive, we'll just go through those again. So here is the bridge pickup. Nice and tight. That's like a tube screamer drive I got on there. Second position. Middle position. Strong middle pickup. Position number 4, middle and neck. Sounds like this. Hit the switch there, sorry. And neck. All right. Let's get you some specs. We have on the bridge pickup 6.08. Position 2, 3.03. Middle pickup 5.93. Middle and neck 2.98. And the neck 5.88. Go back to position 1. So bridge and neck, we have 3.02. And position 2 with all 3 pickups together, we have 2.02. So there you go. Nut width is coming in at 43.6, so I'm guessing a 43 millimeter nut width. 12th fret, we are sitting at 52.4, so we'll say 52, I guess. Thickness right at the 1st fret, but this is obviously with the strings on. We are at 24.9, so we'll say 25. And over here at the 12th fret, we have 26.8. Bridge, from E string to E string, we're coming in at 53 millimeter, 52.9. And the magnet spacings here, we got 52, 52, and 52. All 3 pickups have 52 millimeter pole spacing. So now let's just do a quick train setup and see how dialed in it is. All right, so we'll double check the tuning. Close enough. A little sharp. All right, there we go. So let's go with the relief. We'll see what the relief is like on this thing. And there's a little bit more relief than I would have in my neck. Action is usually the next one. So that's 0.05 on the low E. Same thing on the A. Same thing on the D. Pretty much the same thing on the G. It's a little higher. It's like 0.055 on the B. And it's 0.05 on the E. Now, intonation. So looking at these saddles, to me it doesn't look like this guitar is properly intonated, but let's check and see. All right, so the E string is sharp. Oh, the B string is extremely sharp. G string. Okay, the G string is on. Wait now. No, it's sharp as well. D string. D string's good. A string's good. And the E string. E string sharp. So we have 2 out of 4 strings that are good as far as intonation go, or intonation meaning string length. So yeah, that'll have to be addressed. We'll get these strings off. I'll get you some tuner specs, and I guess that's about it. Obviously this is 25.5-inch radius. With the strings off, you can definitely see, some bad spots on those frets. Neck radius on this is a 12. There's tons of light on the ends, and it's rocking a lot. So it's not a 12. It's 7.5. Nope. It's not rocking, but there's a lot of light coming through in the middle. So like I suspected, this must be, yeah, there we go. So this is a 9.5 all the way through. These use a 1/8 truss rod Allen wrench. Oh, that's pretty level right there. And now we check the frets. So I got a marker here to mark them up in case. Got a high end over here. Mark that one. Now, although it looks like I'm just sliding across the fret, I'm I'm actually doing this, right? I'm sliding and applying pressure to one side to see if I get a rock. So I have this tuner head going straight up and down, and I have this post where the hole is pointing straight at me. So we'll take a little toothpick, break a small piece of it off, jam it in there like so, and we'll see how many turns it takes to get that toothpick pointing at me again. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 to 1 gear ratio. One thing I don't do, you guys have seen me set up guitars, I take the neck off, I do all this stuff, but when the necks are aligned perfectly, and this one had perfect string alignment, and the action is good, and the screws are not poking through the bridge saddles, which they are not on this one. There's no issues. I do not reset the necks. I do not pull the necks out and change anything. I want to keep everything the way it was. You know it's good. Why fix it if it ain't broken? But one thing that I do is, now that there's no tension on the neck, is I do check the neck screws to make sure that that neck is seated properly in its pocket, and we're going to do that right now. And it is. It's nice and snug. Everything's good. Just a little bit of cosmetics, a lot of attention to the frets needed, and then a good cleanup and new strings and rock and roll. Check out that bridge. See how nice and clean it is? All that corrosion is gone. It's nice to treat them sometimes, eh? Look, you see all this stuff, right? Normally it would be filing. This is not just metal filing. This is poly. There's like chunks of poly coming off these frets when you file them. Even on a $2,700 American Professional 2 Stratocaster with the upgraded 1950s wood from the vault, if that really is a thing, they spray the necks after they do the fretwork, and they're covered in this crap, man. You'd think at this price point, after the neck was sprayed, they would redo all these frets and it'd be like perfectly polished. But nope, I guess not. Cheapers. String Joy 9.5 to 46. These are really good strings. I bought a pack of 6 of these. These are my last pack. And I like String Joy. I like their company. I like the customer service. However, for us here in Canada, these come out to almost $25 a pack. That's really good. All right, it's time for a tune. is American Professional 2 Stratocaster. Peter, I hope you like it. I think it's great. It turned out really nice. And the fact that Marvin Birt from Haywire has played this thing, that's pretty cool, man. Thanks for following me on this. You guys take care. God bless and have a great one.